You want to find a fossil. Good for you! You've already taken the first step in becoming a paleontologist. So, what now? Where should you look? Should you grab a shovel and go in on your mom's gardenias? Or grab a hammer and start wailing away at the first rock that you see? Probably not. That's an easy way to get in a bit of trouble without ever finding your fossilized reward. So, where should you be looking? Are some places better than others? Are fossils found in just any hunk of rock out there? There are lots of things to think about before setting out, so let's talk about a few of them so that your next fossilized expedition will be a success. First of all, what are fossils? When we see them in museums, they're usually in the shapes of skulls and bones, but is that what they are? Well, no, at least not anymore. Fossils are plants and animal remains that have been gradually replaced by other minerals. Bone, which is mostly calcium, could be replaced by hard stone, or wood could be petrified, or a footprint or a scale print could be pressed into the mud that becomes a rock. This process happens over thousands and thousands of years. What makes fossils special is that most plants and animals don't become fossils, and most fossils are buried, so they're very hard to find. So when one is found, it's very exciting. The next question is, are all rocks the same? Definitely not, but we can put them into three categories: igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary. These groupings are based off of how those rocks are formed. Igneous rocks are volcanic, which means they're made from lava cooling off. And do you see any fish that can swim around in lava? No, me neither. Any living thing that gets covered in lava will just burn up. So will any plant or animal remains and even existing fossils. So ignore igneous rocks while fossil hunting. Metamorphic rock undergo extreme heat and pressure as they are formed, ruining any chance for fossils, so no use looking in them either. So that leaves sedimentary rocks. And this makes sense. Sedimentary rocks are formed when sand or mud or silt or anything like that, any other sediment packs tightly together and is pressed long enough to form a rock. Fossils get formed when the sediment covers the remains of once living things and covers it and preserves it long enough to form a fossil. Think about a fish falling to the bottom of the ocean or a dinosaur collapsing on a riverbed. Sedimentary rocks are the only type of rock that can cover it fast enough to form a fossil without destroying it. Now that we know what type of rocks to look for, well, where should we look for them? Rock layers are amazing because they sit on top of each other in geological time. Think about a layer cake. No, not the layer cake. Yeah, that one. Each layer of rock goes with a specific geological time, with the oldest closer to the bottom and the most recent closest to the top. This is generally true. However, as earthquakes and volcanoes show us, the ground isn't still. The Himalayas are the highest mountains in the world, but you can find fossils from long extinct ocean life there. That's because the Himalayas were formed when the Indian plate moved from way offshore in the middle of the ocean inland to Asia, and the plate convergence caused the seabed to elevate into the world's highest mountains. When tectonic plates move around, the fossil record moves with it. But fortunately, geologists are able to use tests like radiometric dating to adjust when this occurs. The last thing we need to know is where to go. Neil Shubin, author of the book Your Inner Fish, paleontologist and fossil hunter extraordinaire, gives some advice for this. To get down to the layer holding the right fossils, you have to go to the right geological period. Trilobites are not going to be found in the same fossil layer as mammoths. So once you know the period you're looking for, find where those rocks will be exposed, and your search won't be hindered by soils and trees and schools and other things that will be in the way. He suggests deserts, both hot and cold, will do. This way, the fossils that are on the site and near the surface, and that way they may be visible. Fossils tend to be harder than the sedimentary rocks and can be weathered away as the surrounding rocks erode away. Then it's just a matter of having a keen eye and getting out there and doing it. So, get out there and find the discovery that will change the way the world sees itself forever!